Chiefs and the Bucs. Chiefs 3.5 point road favorites over the Buccaneers. It is an expensive 3.5 on the Bucs at DraftKings. So this thing could be heading to a flat 3. But look, guys, the Bucs. I think this is a pretty much been exposed kind of as to what this team is all about. I mean, we've seen multiple. This isn't an overreaction from what we've seen recently, because we've seen it multiple times this year with this Bucs team. I was probably higher on them than I should have been, and at the end of the day, I think when you look at this Bucs team, and despite all the playmakers, you look at these teams that have these dynamic offenses and offenses that we're marveling at, and it just takes so much away from what an offense is capable of when you have a quarterback that cannot move at all. And when you have a quarterback that is back there and you never have to worry about any sort of rollout or any sort of RPO or any sort of anything like that in today's NFL. And it's why when you look at the Chiefs and we talk about the Bills and the Seahawks and all these teams like the Cardinals, where there's just the playbook is just so much bigger that you can run. And these defenses, I think, with this Bucs team, have started to figure out that, like, hey, I think there's a way that we can defend this team, even though they do have 3 incredible wide receivers, because Brady is just so incredibly one-dimensional, and the team has no run offense whatsoever at all. And so it's become completely one-dimensional as well. I understand if you wanted to take this team at 3 and a hook, that's fine with me. If this thing gets to the flat 3, which it looks like it's going to, I think I might be making one of my bigger bets of the week on the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are a far superior team in pretty much all aspects in this game. So, Brett, I'll start with you, but I really like the Chiefs at a flat 3, and it looks like it's probably going to get there. And when it does, I will be on them at that number.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know how you can back the Bucs here. They're, like you said, they're so handcuffed with what they can do offensively, and Tom Brady is so washed. Can the fanboys finally admit that this guy is just he's done? They can't make use of what they have with all these weapons when he can't move the ball downfield. I don't know how they keep pace with Patrick Mahomes. And I think we've seen over the past several weeks, this Bucs defense is exploitable. They've given up a lot of yards over the past several weeks, and now they face the best quarterback they've seen all year. If you can get 3, I think Chiefs would be my favorite play of the week. If you can get 3, I think this could be a route. I think they're so much better than this Bucs team.
Well, there was kind of the blueprint as to how to attack this Bucs defense was just shown last week. Don't let the pressure get there. Don't let them continue to blitz with those exotic blitz schemes and get home all the time. And listen, Patrick Mahomes is going to take advantage of that. They have that in the playbook. We've talked about this with this Chiefs offense time and time again, is that they are able to attack you in any way they choose, really. I mean, if they need to, if you're exploitable way down the field, they got bombers. If they need to go over the middle, they've got Kelsey. If they need to throw the backs of the backfield, they've got that as well. They can really hit you in every single different facet. So I'm not worried about the blitz getting home. I mean, it'll get home a time or two, but I'm not worried about it affecting Mahomes and the success of this offense. Really moving forward. Brad, I know we've really front loaded this in the Chiefs here. So if you're on the Bucs, I'm definitely interested to hear the take there.
I am entirely in agreement with you guys. When I sat down to look at this game, the thought was to be on the Bucs, obviously, because they lost that primetime game because the Chiefs just won theirs. So your inclination is to take the extra half point, which we got that wasn't there last week, but going into the matchups, as you said, I just think there's a huge mismatch. And I think with Brady, a lot of it's just bad scheming. Like they're just dropping him back with no play action. His running backs can't catch passes, so he's just forced to chuck it outside the numbers to these receivers. And he's a 43-year-old quarterback, and these are just tough throws to make. There's no helping in the scheme. In New England, they'd run screens, they'd run play action, they'd run little digs and rubs to get people open. But it's just, you're going to drop back, you're going to have a 7-step drop, and you're going to chuck it 20 yards downfield to Mike Evans. And it's just not being efficient at all. They are 29th in the NFL in early down success rate, non-garbage time, behind the Jets, behind Jacksonville, and ahead of Denver. So, that's terrible. Obviously, the Chiefs are up there in third in that metric. So I think they're not going to have the offensive success that we might just think in our heads. And then when the Chiefs have got the ball, you spoke about the blitz. We know that's how they like to play. Well, Mahomes is just the best quarterback in the NFL, according to Sport Radar metrics, against the blitz. If you think back to the game against the Ravens, I think we backed the Chiefs in that game because we said they're going to blitz you and they're going to try and cover you man to man. You can't cover Kelsey man to man, and you can't cover Tyreek man to man. So, unless the Bucs just change the way they play defense, which again, if they do that, they'll be playing left-handed. Then either way, they're going to get toasted by Mahomes. So, I love it. I love the -3.
Yeah, and you look at this Chiefs defense; they actually defend the pass like much better than they defend the run, and the Bucs have no run game whatsoever. So it's like I don't know. They could show me something. I could be mistaken. I think this could be my biggest play of the week, actually, and it looks like this thing's heading to a flat 3, and so just get there. Hey, keep betting the Bucs out there, people. I need this. I need that hook to be gone, and give me the flat 3 on this thing.